Welcome back to our third and final segment of Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk women's basketball. With us, head coach Colleen Lamoreaux-Tate. And Coach, first of all, welcome back to the show. And
thanks for having me.
This past week, 2 games to finish the season, and 2 exciting games. Maybe too exciting if you're a coach on the floor.
Well, I don't know. It's been 17 games now, Bentley, within 6 points. I mean, either we win or lose it. So I guess it was exciting. I guess I'm used to it. I don't know.
Certainly, 4 of the final 5 games resulted in a Bulldog victory this season. You really established some great momentum heading into the offseason.
Yeah, I think so too. Same with, like Andy was saying, it really helps as far as when you're going on a winning streak to have the girls realize what they're capable of doing. So it always motivates them to do stuff on the postseason and then get ready for next year.
As we go to the highlights, we'll start with Thursday's game against Grand Valley State, and a difficult showing down in Allendale a month ago or so, but certainly a much better performance in what was a competitive game, a 59-56 win.
Yeah, it didn't start off that way. We were down by 16. And then at halftime, we went over some stuff. I didn't think I said anything amazing. So they came out the second half, and then we went up by 11. I think it really helped. Heidi High Street, our JUCO transfer, went in and took 2 huge offensive charges, and one of them was their best player, number 44, put her on the bench. I mean, that just gave us momentum. So, I mean, that was proud of the girls.
Back and forth, we saw Dina Drosty with the basket for the Bulldogs. Unfortunately, she was not able to play on Saturday, but had a nice game here, 16 points against Grand Valley.
I know, and she's known for her 3-point shooting, and so I just told her they're not going to give you that 3-point shot, so just keep driving. She just kept driving and driving. I mean, she's great at the floater. Okay, there's her one. There we go. So she was really good at the floater and driving in, so we're fortunate to have that. And that's where we suffered Saturday, not having her in there to complement Sarah, and then, not to mention, I mean, Saturday we missed so many layups, but yes, we got the job done against Grand Valley. I was very proud of them for that.
Sarah Deshawn with the basket, you're one senior there, and you got some good inside-outside type of production. Christina Branch, April Watson had a nice game on the inside here.
Right, and you know what? The thing with Grand Valley's game, the second half, is that we finished in the inside, so then they had to start covering that, and then we started scoring from the outside. So we kept alternating, our decision-making with outside-inside because we were producing both. So that was good.
Danny Crandall with the basket there, and you did get her into foul trouble. And here, Christina Branch able to answer, and she did a nice job, as you mentioned, finishing on the inside.
Yeah, we just have to get her to do 2 halves. Right now, she's into 1 half. So I think next year I look forward to having that. And there's Heidi's charge. She is so good at taking charges, so she sells it really well.
Katie Mavis here with the basket, and she's a player that's really came on, gave you a nice spark off the bench here.
Doesn't she? She's always in double digits, and you know what? It's just her work ethic, her strength, her speed. It really goes to show, I mean, that's who excels in college, is the ones who just work, they're workhorses, and she is.
59-56 win. You come back on Saturday facing Saginaw Valley State for the second time in a week, and a team in Saginaw Valley that needs a win to keep their season alive, and certainly a game which neither team really until overtime wanted to lose the basketball game.
I know, we shouldn't even have gone into overtime. I credit Saginaw. I mean, they had that one senior, number 20. I told them she's going to go the length of the floor, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, just overtime, we were in double bonus, and we were just poor shot selection, and the girls were in la-la land. I don't know what it was. But I was proud of them, how they finished and everything, and just to get into overtime. I mean, should have gotten it in regulation, but that's what happens.
A little bit of a different type of scenario than the game against Grand Valley. Here in this one, you got out to a 17-point lead at one stage, led in the first half, and certainly a great start here in the opening half.
That's the key to this team. I need a full game. And I think they realized with our 4-game winning streak, and we should have had that, we went into overtime. They really ended the season well. They started to see it takes 2 halves. And we've always been just a 1-half type of, I don't know where it came from. So we started off really strong, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, look how strong we're starting off. Oh no. And yeah, so.
Sarah Deshawn, your one senior playing her final game with a nice pass there, and she had a couple great games, near triple-double performances here in her last 2 games.
I know, we're really going to miss her. I mean, she just is a strong performer. I mean, one of the best players to ever go through Ferris. So as a coach, you never want that to go away. She'll be on the bench coaching next year. She's going to drive me crazy. She is so opinionated, but her and I just, we really clicked together. She was the coach on the floor, so it'll work out well next year. So.
Again, kind of like the men's team, some great balance, some great contributions off the bench for some players that stepped in and really made an impact at different times.
Yeah, we had a problem with being consistent, being with the players being consistent, so it really enabled us as coaches to really try different mixes. So I think that'll pay off in the long run for next year.
You mentioned Saginaw Valley, Kristen Green, senior, playing her final game, perhaps. Sarah DeShone playing her final game, and those two seemed like really went at it down the stretch.
Yeah, they did. I know it. That's why when it went into overtime, I went, oh no. So
82-71 the final, game that maybe was closer than the final score. You had to foul down the stretch in overtime. A little different shot selection than maybe you wanted in overtime.
Right, yeah, I told them, like I said, we were in double bonus, and they only had 5. We needed to get to the rack, and you just could see it in their face. Their possessions and their shot selection was off. So, and credit Saginaw, they were all cylinders ready to go.
You mentioned kind of like the men's team, just one senior, Sarah DeShone, a good one, but on a positive note, everyone else eligible to return again next season.
Right, and Ashley Randall's coming back. I redshirted her, so she has 1 more year. So I'll have 4 seniors next year, so I think that'll really pay off. Randall's a very good leader on the floor. So, I mean, that's really going to help us next year.
Certainly a player that hopefully picked up something sitting on the bench all season
oh my gosh,
the
isn't
coaching
that
staff
funny?
as well.
Yeah, when you're sitting the bench and you're coaching, sometimes you just realize as a player, you're like, oh my gosh, now I see the big picture. So I think she's going to be 10 times the player, not just skill level, but just the mental aspect of the game. She is just going to be so much easier to coach because every word that comes out of my mouth, she'll probably be saying before I even say it. So it'll be nice.
As you look back at the season here, what you were able to do here down the stretch at the end of the year, what changed from the beginning of the year, maybe to the end of the year, to get you on that role?
We just started doing something different in practice. We opened up every position. Every position was open. They had to earn it through stats, rebounding, steals, deflections, and then if they missed a layup or a shot, they'd get negative, and they learned to earn it back. They didn't pout about it. So they missed a layup, then they ran back on defense and just tore it up. So the consistency started going, and it was them. They owned it. It was them who was putting themselves on the floor, not the coaches. So when you open up every position, every week it opens up, and you just start doing the stats, it changed everything.
Certainly here as you head into the offseason, improvement, the key word maybe going forward into next season.
Oh, definitely. I mean, postseason, we're already putting the workouts together. You get 8 hours with them when the 17th comes around this month. So we're definitely going to jump into that. But what's nice is the girls are already working out on their own because they're pumped about how we ended. So thankfully, that's how it ended. So.
Coach, congratulations again on the finish to the season. 4 of your final 5, and best of luck next year.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for another episode of Ferris Sports Update. A reminder, you can follow all the action online at ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.